Ghoul of Gray's Harbor, Murder and Mayhem in the Pacific Northwest. Written by C.J. March. Narrated by Randal Schaffer. San Francisco, Aberdeen, Washington, 1900. 1. The British merchant ship drifted slowly toward the rising sun as the crew worked to furl the sails before dropping anchor in San Francisco Bay. The sailors had been at sea for nearly a year, living on salted beef and weevil-infested biscuits. Poorly ventilated, their tiny quarters were fetid, stinking of sweat, tobacco juice, and urine. The floors were wet with spittle. Their clothes were soaked with salt spray and never dried, and scurvy had taken its toll. Bunkmates snapped teeth out of rotted gums and bled from open sores. As the strength of the crew waned, the captain worked them harder. It was against the law to disobey a ship's officer's orders, and captains could beat or imprison a sailor at their discretion. There was no place to escape to on the open sea. In 1886, the Supreme Court ruled that the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery and involuntary servitude, did not apply to sailors. In the past few weeks it had gotten worse as the captain took to running out the men, assigning meaningless and back-breaking work and serving small rations of the most rotted food, in order to make the crew miserable when they reached harbor. If the men deserted the ship, he wouldn't have to pay them their wages. He knew he could count on the runners to entice the sailors off his schooner. The Whitehall boats were already converging on the vessel, a couple of men in each skiff rowing vigorously. As they closed in, the men hauled out boat hooks and ropes and attached to the schooner, drifting with it into the bay. Climbing up the lines, the runners were ready with bottles of liquor and promises of a warm bed, women, and good food. Many of the sailors took the bottles eagerly, not questioning what they actually contained. Grabbing their duffels, they followed the runners down into the boats. Others weren't convinced, and were forced at gunpoint into the Whitehalls. Before the captain ordered the anchor to drop a mile from shore, the majority of his crew was already headed to the Barbary coast. Some of the sailors were taken to a saloon where Billy Gohl waited. The building was up on pilings over the harbor. The crimp surveyed the sailors.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?